Good evening, friends, family, and frolls. Trademark at foes and trolls. Anyways, nothing major. It's 7/17, September 17th, 2017. Wow, that's kind of cool. Anyways, hi kids. Oh, he's nice, but he's not. He bit through my bone today. I'm gonna have to go get a tetanus shot, I guess, because I'm swollen. But he keeps attacking this other female that's my neighbor's cat. Hey, now leave him alone. Anyways, looks a lot different. There's still a lot of bad sunflowers up. But I pulled out over 80 of them yesterday. And when I got off work Thursday, a farmer friend of mine I work with, he came over and we loaded his whole truck up with sunflowers, and I mean, it was full to the brim. I'm just leaving the ones up that have the seeds still left for the birds. There was about 15 right there. And boy, these snapdragons over here are doing really good. But are they just gorgeous? And I got a purple one over here if my neighbor didn't steal it or rip it down with my tomato plants. Yeah. But here's my trusty dusty, handy, true tough manual lawn edger. I give up on weed eaters. I'm sick of them breaking down. So here's what she looks like. I mowed yesterday and I short on time, but I got her edged pretty good. I'm just cleaning up the other side and I got one more place to edge. I'm going to put some fertilizer down tomorrow, hopefully. If I have time tonight, I would. This can here, I got dirt in it, but there's probably about 60 grub worms. I got on my compost file. I turned my compost file. The birds usually like it. They don't usually like it. They love grub worms. There's one trying to... And they will bite you. Oh damn, I got a big blister. I don't know if they're Japanese beetles, what they are. Does anybody know? But I planned on giving them to the birds, but I think... I won't do this, but I was going to throw them in her yard. Let them eat the roots over there. But I ain't going to do that. I'm going to feed them to the birds. So let's take a look at my edging. In my nasty yard. But, yeah, that turned out pretty good. There's a lot of sidewalk. Not only did it at both sides. Can you see that? On this side, on this side, all of these, all the way down. I didn't stop before I got to the property line, but we had a beautiful pink and orange sunset. But check how good my neighbor parks her car. And by law, city orders, you're not supposed to park on the curb. And she just precariously parked that van. It's just the tip of the wheel on the curb. She obviously was a little intoxicated when she came in. But other than that, I'll try to stay away from that noise. Look at what I got growing here. I'm gonna let it grow as long as it can. So let's take a little walk. I got 90% of all the edging done, except for where they tore all this stuff up. I need to work on it, but it's hard. I got all that done. Just got to finish sweeping on the right side. I just need to do the left side and then the outer side. And there's the zinnias out here. I've cut a bunch to keep seed. And these orange ones the other day were just gorgeous. Oh, there's a new one. Look at that white one. Well, that's pretty. No, I think that's mold. I've treated them, but it doesn't go away. And I got a lot more blooms. But I think this one I should probably cut so I can have seeds. And I definitely want to save seeds for the orange and the pink and the white. So I'll try to keep this brief. Here's the zinnias in the middle. I got some marigolds growing. It's gorgeous again. I thank you again, SWB, for turning me on. Bread and Circus, man, I am so sorry that you said that you wanted to unsubscribe. I don't understand why. I explained, you know, I'm financially strapped. I live paycheck to paycheck. And the only reason for that right now is I had about $3 grand in the bank up until my neighbors just drove by staring at me. Up until my motor blew. There was $1,300, and then I had to have all that soffit redone, and new gutter there, a new gutter and new soffit underneath there, and then on my back porch. And the gutters work fine, but the bad news is this roof up here is about to fall through, as is the one in the back. Well, I was gonna walk in the back, but I'm afraid she'll say something to me or stare at me again. She actually threatened my life yesterday, so I had to call the police. I think I might have stated that. And even though she said that the guy used to live there, my old neighbor, the good neighbor, she was dating at one point in time, just briefly. And that's who I bought my gun off of. He had a real nice gun collection. God rest his soul. I really do miss him. But long story short, when I was out working in the yard yesterday, and I did say something to her first, I'll admit that. I told her to please quit staring at me, and what is it that I did to make you keep harassing me? All she said was, she yelled back and she said, if Maynard was still alive, he'd kill you. So I called the police, and they laughed at me. So, and a different cop, and they told me to call. This is from the my second mammoth. I already cut one more head. These aren't ready. But I mean, what's it going to take? Me laying on the ground dead when she's in a drunken stupor? And again, I can't afford fence. Damn it, people, leave me alone on that. You know, if you're so worried about it, I got a PayPal button. If I get $1 from every subscriber, which I'm not asking for money, but you know, if you feel in your heart, I've donated probably $200-300 in my life over YouTube to friends just to help them out. $5 here, $20 the most. I bought a bunch of patches. Don't those look like little Brussels sprouts? But yeah, the ones that are complaining that I'm whining too much about my neighbor, you have no idea what she's put me through the last 2 years. And yeah, if you want to keep complaining and making rude comments about my ride and about my house, go ahead. I'll leave those comments up there unless you cuss. But no matter what, I like y'all, even though you say you're going to subscribe. There's nothing else I can do. I do my best. And like I said, I got to get back in. It's about time to get cleaned up, eat, and go to work. Long work week. It's a good chance, as soon as I finish sweeping this mess up, I'm not going to edge rest this till tomorrow. The back part. My red Lantana doing good, and the pinkish snapdragons and Madonna, lovely as ever. Lantana is just crazy. I just love it. So. I hope you guys all have a good evening. And I did put private property, no trespassing sign up. Neighbor's leaving now. At least one of them is. And we put a sign up over here that glows in the dark towards the camera. And it's on my property. Keep out. So, anyways, I've got a bunch of stuff in the van to unload. Went over to Amy's and helped work in her yard a little bit. And that's about it. That's all I've got. I truly hope everybody's doing well. And I'm gonna get back to it. Get this shit done. Pardon my language, but I got a terrible blister on my hand now. Oh, mercy, and it hurts. Not only that, cat bite all the way to the bone. But truth, peace, freedom, and love to all. And be nice. And you know, if you're going to criticize things, you know, do it a certain way that it's not so mean. And yes, I've had weed eaters before. I've got 2 weed eaters. One's a pull-on or pole-on, however you call it, twisting edge, and the shaft broke on it, and that was my favorite. I can make a perfect line. And then the last weeder I got is a Wrangler, or a Rustler, believe it or not, and I won that for a safety idea from work. It lasted 1 year, and the shaft on it broke too, but it's just a thin wire. The pull-on was a big cable wire. Alright, you guys have a great week. I'll leave you with Amy's car. And it is up for sale. She's needing $22,000 to $23,000. It's got just turned 20,000. Great shape. She hates to have to sell it, but right now, her life, my life. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I'm sorry. That is tripped out. So, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you on the flip side. I'll give you a shot of me, my ugly mug. I got my Pilkington shirt on today, all dirty, but I'm hooked up to the battery. And yeah, I had to get some more coating for that chimney. It actually turned out okay, but it's 2 different colors and some type of skim coat. I don't know nothing about that, so that'd be new. Alright, we'll leave you with a little bit of sunset from the back. And again, I've got a bunch of yard updates I've neglected to upload lately because I want to add some pictures to them from previous. I got a really good, well, I actually haven't even viewed it yet, but it's a nighttime video when I had to pull all these sunflowers out. Every one of them. So, I'll post that eventually. And the job's not looking too good. We might be going down to 3 shifts compared to 4 shifts, 12-hour shifts. So 1 whole shift will get dropped. I got seniority, but my seniority won't keep me on my shift that I'm on now. I most likely will go to the opposite. The people that are working right now for me, they get off at 7 o'clock, and I got to be in at 6:30. Clocked in, relieve them. But figured there'd be a rabbit out there. Squirrel just ran across it over there. Again, truth, peace, freedom, love to all. And y'all have a good night. And kitty, don't bite me no more, please. I was just trying to feed you, and you bit me. See what you did to my finger? You hurt me. And you gotta let little girl come over here and eat. Okay? Okay? Okay, kids? Yeah. I know you were abused. I'm trying to make it nice for you. I am. And this is about what I was doing earlier when he happened to grab a hold of me and bite me. You know what I mean? He canined me big time. So, long enough video. Again, goodbye. God love you. And God bless everybody.